Saikyou Onmyouji episode 7. And in this episode we see Seika fight not only Mabel but also Kyle. I thought we were only going to see him fight Mabel. I wasn't even sure he was going to fight, or I should say going to go to the finals. I wasn't that sure. I mean, I was leaning more on the side that he was actually going to do that he was actually going to advance to the finals. But yeah, actually pretty surprising that not only he fought Mabel in this episode but also Kyle. I thought we were going to see that possibly in the next episode if it happened, and no, it actually happened in this same episode, which I actually like. I actually like that the anime didn't make us wait. And although the fights were really short, were really, not that much happening in it, not that complex or anything like that, it was still really enjoyable while it lasted. I mean, the fight with Mabel was pretty epic because, you have Mabel talking down on Seika, and then she gets really easily beaten. So yeah, that was actually pretty good to see. And then we also have Kyle, the supposedly perfect warrior, because, his memories were erased from him. And we also see him get defeated really easily. To be honest, I actually thought maybe Mabel or even Kyle was going to pose a little bit more of a threat, or I should say a challenge to Seika, but I guess that only shows how strong Seika is. I already knew he was strong, but what these two fights did, the fight with Mabel and the fight with Kyle, only made me confirm it even more that yeah, possibly nobody can stand a chance Seika. I mean, there are possibly still so many characters to be introduced that are going to be powerful, but I doubt they're going to be as powerful as, as Seika. Maybe Amo in the future, if she gets enough training from Seika, maybe she can be potentially stronger than him, but I even doubt that too. But yeah, we found out in this episode that actually Mabel is the sister to Kyle. We found out that Kyle and Mabel belong to a merchants guild or assassins guild, something like that, some kind of guild. And one is only in that guild because one is meant to be trained. Only one out of the 4 people gets to live. In this case, there were 2, Kyle and Mabel, because, well, Mabel was supposed to be used as a hero replacement. She was supposed to die, in the tournament fighting Kyle. But we see in this episode that she didn't want to, well, for starters, die. And second of all, she had other plans. So yeah. And yeah, like I said, we learned that Kyle was basically the survivor of that guild. He killed the other 2 members, except for, like I said already, Mabel. And then Mabel was supposed to be used as a replacement. Although the school didn't want to use her as a replacement. I said in the last episode that that was something cruel, that the school was sending her to basically be the replacement of the hero. But we found out in this episode that that was not the plan, that the president, whatever you want to call her, was not sending her to basically die out there. It was all part of her plan to use Seika to defeat her in the semifinals before she could arrive and, and fight Kyle. And yeah, I mean, it worked because Seika actually defeated her. He fought Kyle and he was actually about to revive him, but yeah, he was remembered that he was about to demonstrate his true abilities, his true power, so he stopped himself from doing that. I guess that is another thing we learned in this episode, that he can actually revive the dead. We also see that he actually has a soft spot. We see in last episodes that he demonstrated sometimes being a little bit scary, but at the same time in this episode we see that he's actually a really nice guy. Yeah, it is this dichotomy of being a nice guy and at the same time trying to be, a really cunning guy. So yeah, that is actually really interesting. And although it wasn't showing this episode, one thing that will definitely happen in the next episode or possibly upcoming episodes is that of Amu and especially Mabel interrogating more Seika about how strong he is, because he did win the tournament, he did beat Mabel and he did beat Kyle, and those 2 were pretty strong. So yeah, I don't know how Seika will explain that, but like I said already, I'm pretty sure that in the next episode he will get interrogated, or not so much interrogated, but if Mabel will be more curious about him, about his powers, about maybe who he really is, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely after this episode things like that will get more usual for him. And yeah, this episode concluded, I guess you can say, the mini arc of introducing us to Mabel. The next episode is going to be something completely new, so I cannot speculate exactly on what is going to happen in the next episode, because like I said already, this episode was the end of this mini arc, if you can call it like that. Next episode is going to be a new adventure, a new arc. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. I'm definitely hyped for that. And this anime has surprisingly been really good, to be honest. I didn't expect that at the beginning. I've been saying this basically all the episodes now, but it is actually true that this anime has actually been really good. So yeah, props to everybody involved. But yeah, that is everything that I wanted to say about the episode. A pretty good episode, even a pretty great episode, I would say. So many fights, a mini arc ended, and then something new coming up in the next episode. But yeah, that was everything for me. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.